Hi, I'm Luis Wangsen from Unpacked. Here's our proposal for the next food labels in comparison to standard reference food labeling. So our new proposal includes kind of like a very familiar format, but also with big changes. We include a common name, a scientific name, precise serving, and total kilocalories per serving, in addition to sort of visual representations of how that serving would look as volume in the USDA MyPlate, along with sort of a standard coffee cup. At the core of this visualization is this multi-omics nutritional profile, which in the sort of color line, you would see these spokes that correspond to the actual density of each one of these nutrients. Currently, we cover about 110 of those nutrients, and it's easily scalable to more. Here, for example, for sea lettuce, you can see that this food item is very high in minerals, which also will be indicated by this sort of like thicker bar. And in addition to that, you will notice this sort of black line, which is the reference of the average of that food group. So sea lettuce would be much higher density in those nutrients than, say, other vegetables. So you can see, for example, that sea lettuce is high in minerals, but not in chromium and magnesium. But then, for example, steel coat oats in other sort of carbohydrates, and in the case of cheddar cheese, for example, high in amino acids, but also fats. Something really interesting about this is that after quantifying this, we can extract the top 5 nutrients, which are here. We automatically create Key Insights table using a large language model pre-trained on PubMed data. It's a Gemma 27 billion. So in this case, for example, for the key nutrient vanadium, you would know automatically that it's a trace mineral, that it's involving high glucose metabolism, insulin sensitivity, and bone health, and lowers cholesterol. Whereas, for example, in the case of steel cut oats, 3,4-hexallose would be a carbohydrate that is involving high gut health, prebiotic fiber, and lowering of inflammation. There is micro QRs embedded sort of throughout the food label so that you can investigate more. In addition to that, we have a speedometer of food processing from natural or minimally processed all the way to highly processed or ultra processed, so you always know. But also because not only human health matters, we have inserted a planetary health footprint that is essentially a heat map that indicates sort of the amount of carbon, land, energy, water, fertilizer, chemicals that were utilized to sort of bring that product, along with notions of transportation, for example, where the food came from and how easy it's to transport it. All scale up from low to high, green to red, and there, for example, you can see that sea lettuce would be much more lower environmental impact with, say, a cheddar cheese or a steel coat oats. Yeah, well, we thank you so much for your attention, and this is our next food labels.